Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today we will be making a top 40 running backs list. We had our 7 analysis make list for top 40 running backs. We then made a consensus average on all of those lists. Hope you enjoy, like, subscribe, share it to your friends, and let's get into the video. We're going to start with number 40, Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin is an average running back. He is a consistent running back that will get you about 100 all-purpose yards every game. There is really nothing special about him, and you can do better with finding a number 1 running back. Number 39, Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram is a very good rusher. He is not the best receiving back, but he is very good in the goal line, very good just powering through defenses. He's very good 4 yard per carry, 4.5 yard per carry guy. Be great third down back on the Texans. Number 38, Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack is a very underrated back, very good receiver, very fast. People are saying that he is going to be number 3 behind Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor, but don't be surprised if he actually passes Nyheim Hines for the number 2 running back role on the Indianapolis Colts. Number 37, James Conner. James Conner is a very good receiving back. Did very good in 2017, I believe, when he took over for Le'Veon Bell, but other than that, his rushing stats have been subpar. His receiving will be very good in Arizona in the Cliff Kingsbury high-flying offense. Number 36, Gus Edwards. Like Mark Ingram, Gus Edwards is a very good rushing back. Very underrated because of Lamar taking on a goal line reps, but he will be very good in third down situations for the Baltimore Ravens. Very good to just get those extra yards. It's a great second effort running back. Very underrated. Number 35, Kenyan Drake. Kenyan Drake was a very good goal line back in Arizona. He is great when getting touchdowns. He is great in the short yard games. He will do very good in Las Vegas behind Josh Jacobs, goal line reps, behind that offensive line. Very underrated, very good rusher. Number 33, Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette is a great change of pace back. He did solid in Jacksonville. He did very good in Tampa Bay. Very good on the goal line. Very good at scoring. Solid receiver. All around a solid running back. Good number 2 running back. Very underrated. Number 32, Phillip Lindsay. Phillip Lindsay was an undrafted running back and became a 50-50 running back in the Broncos, sharing with Melvin Gordon. Phillip Lindsay has had to work for his starting job his whole career, and he has that mentality whenever he is on the field. Number 31, Roland Jones. Roland Jones is a very underrated rusher. Did very good with the accompaniment of Leonard Fournette last year. Roland Jones is a very underrated running back and can be a number 1 running back on a few teams in the NFL. Number 30, Javante Williams. Javante Williams was a great prospect in college. He is a great power back. He lacks in receiving. Second round pick of the Broncos. He will be sharing reps with Melvin Gordon, but do not be surprised if he becomes the lead number 1 running back by midseason. Number 29, David Johnson. David Johnson is a very, very good receiving back, very underrated. Very misused last year in Houston, but down the stretch when Houston figured out how to use him properly, he did very, very good. He will most likely be the starter for the Houston Texans this year. Number 28, Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne is a very, very good dual threat back. He will be a receiving back in Jacksonville. Be very good sharing reps with James Robinson. Very good with Trevor Lawrence. Overall, very good running back. Number 26, Clyde EdwardsHelaire. Clyde had a very, very underrated season in Kansas City last year. He wasn't used a lot in the rushing game just because Kansas City is not a run-first team. Very underrated receiver, but he also underwhelmed a bit for the first running back taken in 2020. Number 25, Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibson, like Clyde EdwardsHelaire, had a very, very underrated season last year. He is a very, very good dual threat back. Very good in the receiving and rushing game. Very good on the goal line. Had lots of touchdowns last year. I expect him to get a lot of touchdowns again this year. Number 24, DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift is a very, very good running back. Had to share reps with Adrian Peterson last year, but still produced very efficiently. Very good rusher. Very good receiver. Will be very good as a true number 1 running back this year. I expect at least 1,400 all-purpose yards. Number 23, Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon is underrated. He has had a very underrated career. Sharing reps in Denver with Phillip Lindsay, he still produced. Sharing with Austin Ekeler in San Diego, he still produced. Very good rusher, underrated receiver. He should have a very good season, but he will be fighting for the number 1 spot with Javante Williams. Number 22, Raheem Mostert. It should be no surprise if Raheem Mostert is the number 1 running back for San Francisco next year. Very good rusher, underrated receiver. He is an extremely fast running back. Injuries last year derailed his season a bit, but when he was playing, he was still extremely productive. Number 21, J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins had a very underrated season last year. Rookie running back, played for Baltimore last year. He wasn't quite as effective just because Lamar takes a lot of the goal line reps and he was sharing with Gus Edwards. Expect much better numbers from J.K. Dobbins this year. Number 20, Damian Harris. Damian Harris has had a very underrated career, very good rusher, be the number 1 running back next year in New England, sharing with James White and Sony Michel, but I do believe that he will be the number 1 running back next year. Number 19, Naji Harris. Naji Harris, product out of Alabama. He has been compared to Derrick Henry. He is a very good rusher. I will like to see how he does in Pittsburgh because of their offensive line situation, but because of the volume he will get, I expect at least 1,000 rushing yards. At number 18, we have Cam Akers. Cam Akers was underused last year, shared reps with Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, but down the stretch and especially in the postseason, Cam Akers really showed why he was drafted by the Rams. Should be the number 1 running back this year. Very underrated. Number 17, James Robinson. James Robinson came into the league last year as an undrafted rookie. He then shocked the football world by putting up 1,400 yards, I believe. He will probably see a lack of production this year just because Travis Etienne is also there, and I believe Trevor Lawrence will also be stealing goal line reps, but very, very good rush. Number 16, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is kind of overrated in the NFL. He's a good rusher, but he gets his numbers based on pure volume. He lost most of his starting offensive line last year and will now be sharing with Kenyan Drake, so expect a decrease in production. Number 15, David Montgomery. David Montgomery is a very, very underrated running back. Last year, 1,400 all-purpose yards. Don't be surprised if he puts up big numbers again this year. Number 14, Myles Sanders. Myles Sanders is a very, very underrated rusher. His career has been derailed by injuries, but overall very good rusher. Not really good at receiving, but when it comes to rushing, he is very good on the goal line, very good in the middle of the field, just very good anywhere where he can run. Number 13, Austin Ekeler. Austin Ekeler is the most underrated running back in the NFL. He is one of the best receiving backs in the NFL. He is not a good rusher, but I don't really think that matters just because his receiving makes up for it. Overall, very good running back. Expect big numbers from him this year. Number 12, Chris Carson. Chris Carson is a very underrated running back, very good rusher, though injuries have set him back a little bit. I expect him to be fully healthy this year and to put up around 1,200 rushing yards this year and about 10 touchdowns. Number 11, Kareem Hunt, the most overqualified backup running back in the NFL. Kareem Hunt is very fast, he's a very good rusher, he is a very good receiver, very good dual threat running back in general. Kareem Hunt, if went to another team, would most likely start, an exception for maybe 10 or 11 teams. Number 10, Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott is a very, very good runner, not really a good receiver. He has been productive for most of his career except 2020. People forget that he is a 2-time rushing leader. He was 4th in 2019, but the lack of the offensive line in 2020 made his numbers decrease, but he does need to work on his fumbling. Number 9, Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is a very, very underrated running back. His career has been set back due to injuries, but he is a very good rusher, underrated receiver. I want to see what he does this year. I believe he'll be fully healthy with a half-decent offensive line. I expect around 1,300 rushing yards. Number 8, Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor was the best rookie running back last year. Very, very good rusher. Very, very good receiver. Good dual threat in general on the goal line, in the middle of the field. Good anywhere. Expect around 1,600 all-purpose yards from him and about 12 touchdowns. Number 7, Aaron Jones. This is where we start getting into elite running back. Aaron Jones has basically nothing wrong with him. Number 6, Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is easily the most talented running back in the NFL. Underrated career due to injuries, but if you look at his career stats, his offensive line, you can tell that he definitely has top 3 talent. He just needs to stay healthy and show that he can be a top 3 running back. Number 5, Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is a very good dual threat back, very good receiver, underrated rusher, very good on the goal line, just anywhere on the field. I expect a much big increase in production now that Emmanuel Sanders and Jared Cook are gone. But yes, expect big things from Alvin Kamara this year. Number 4. Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is one of the strongest running backs. He's one of the fastest. He's one of the most powerful. He is very good. He shares with Kareem Hunt and still puts up running back 1 numbers. He is very elusive. He is just very hard to take down. He will bulldoze over. He's not scared. Expect very big numbers out of Nick Chubb this year. Number 3. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is a very good runner, very good receiver, very good in general. He shared last year with Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and yet he still put up some of the best running back numbers in the league. I can't wait to see what he does this year with an offensive line. Number 2, Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey last year, when he was actually on the field, was arguably the best running back in the NFL. Remember in 2019, he went 1,000 for 1,000. Expect very big numbers from Christian McCaffrey this year. And number 1, to nobody's surprise, King Henry. Jack Henry, strongest running back, one of the biggest running backs, most powerful for his size. He is very elusive, near impossible to take down. I cannot wait to see what he does this year. Alright guys, thank you for watching the video today. If you disagree with us, please make sure to drop what you believe a player should be ranked in the comments. Player that we left out, put it in the comments. We will try to get back to you. Any suggestions, again, put it in the comments. And again, of course, like, subscribe, share this to your friends, and of course, have a great day.